I need to be a little bit more open because not everyone is the same. And I've learned to be a little bit more patient with myself and others. I can root my moves back to how I'm feeling, my background and story. You get a different perspective from people on how you are as a person, and sometimes that can be like a really good thing, and sometimes that can make you think about your character. And yeah, I just really enjoyed the whole healing workshops. I think it was a thing that was needed for me.
And something I've learned about this process has been how to manage my condition, which is ADHD, more positively when working with others. I've been able to manage my condition throughout this process, I'd say quite well thus far, as well as understanding how others work with regards to dance and obviously ADHD or any other conditions they may suffer from. I learned through that process how to correctly understand my condition, but also how to manage that in a positive way, and how to add my truth with my condition into the piece and how it reflected and related to me. If we were to do this again, would be having more of a range of dancers. So for instance, more people that may not have a neurodiverse condition, but then also does. So there's more of a variety and a mixture, so that people that don't have a neurodiverse condition can have a better understanding of people and how they work and how they relate to others and how they work. I've not used that as an excuse, but also to honour that, to honour the truth of that, and to continue with that and continue working hard.
What I learned through this experience was the beauty of just being, and also about perseverance. When you come into a space, you can come as you are, fully yourself, fully free. Perseverance, it wasn't an easy process, it wasn't straightforward for me. There was ups and downs along the way. Probably like a 9. I think I level a lot more now. Even just going through the fidget toys and just speaking to other people with other different conditions, I think I'm really understanding now. And I think I really understand myself. And just, understand how it all kind of, my brain works and everything like that. It just made me feel seen, made me feel valued, made me feel heard, and it made me feel a part of something. I would want to do it again now, being in the space that I'm in now, and how much more I would have engaged. But I don't also take away that experience, because coming in like that has made my experience feel more enriched, because it's been a greater journey.
I learned what a fidget is, to be fair. But also I learned about how different people learn and their different styles, and how they show that in performance. But it was also a story of how they deal with their neurodiversion. And I feel like I could use that as a stimulus in the future for many projects, to be honest. Well, I learned that I'm a scatterbrain, but I think I kind of already knew that, but I saw it more. But it was nice to know that I wasn't the only one. I think I just really loved the support. Everyone's just been so supportive. We've literally I know obviously some people knew each other, but we literally just bonded as a group. It's very rare to find that. No one felt that they were better than anyone else. Everyone encouraged each other, and I really love that atmosphere.
Alright guys, so this is week 5 of Fidget, and we've just finished with the kind of pre-dress rehearsal, and the guys are just having some fun in the studio. But yeah, it's been a good one. Next week we're filming, we're nearly there guys, so just hold on, we're doing good. Bye. Peace.
Yeah, definitely thinking about choreography in a slightly different way now. I would say a 6, just because we didn't have enough time to get as deep as we could have done into talking about it and really pouring out more kind of in-depth feelings and ideas about how we experience our neurodiverse condition on a daily basis. So yeah, it's a 6, not because of the project, but just because of the time constraints. I love the choreographic process. I really enjoyed working with a group of dancers who also have neurodiverse conditions, and just hearing about other experiences and feeling like I'm not alone with this was really great.
not everyone works the same, and you have to take in consideration of things that, you know, will impair someone's concentration or so forth. So we did some sessions with Athina, and those really helped because it kind of opened my eyes more on how I am as a person as well as a dance artist. We did like a sheet where we was like going to follow like a particular task or like multiple of them, and mine was to take a deep breath. The whole discipline of like doing a project and like making sure you turn up on time, because I thought there was a lot of times that people were late, and that was a bit frustrating for some, and you know what I mean, because it always felt like I was constantly going back on myself, which is something that I've had to work on with my patients, because you know, not everything is going to work how you want it to. How it was completely fine. I feel like every single person taught me something that I didn't know before.
I am a wellbeing engagement officer. As a mentor, it has been such an awesome thing to observe from the start and to where they are right now. The first session we had was really good, whereby no one knew it. It was so good for them to be able to connect with one another and just to say what they appreciated with the things that they observed in their first session. The next session that we had was to do with actually looking at what is it that I love about myself? What is it that I value? What is it that I can celebrate? Not focusing on what is wrong, but what is right in me. The quality that we have is what makes life exciting and an adventurous thing to do. What they would like to work on, improve on, and just to keep building up and developing as they go along. I think for me is to dwell more on the individual. It's not so much of bringing what I think they need, but it's using what they actually have. More time would have been good to explore that, giving people room to just continue to just express more. Everyone had an expression book. I think diving into that and seeing on a weekly basis, what is it that you wrote in your express book this week? I think that for me would be more thing to explore. My biggest takeaway is the excitement of seeing different people come together and then having similarities, even someone that's like, oh my gosh. And for me, it was such a nice thing to see. You know, sometimes you think you're walking alone, but really you're not alone. The way that God just connects different people and how different skills and values are being put together. Sometimes you think, oh, this happened by mistake. Nothing happened by mistake. Everything is with a purpose.
Make it natural, guys.
We had to have a kind of time of just reflection and just ask each dancer who was there on time, how they were feeling, and they gave feedback. There was a thing about lateness, also how you explain things to the dancers is different for each person. So some people need to be shown it, some people need to hear it, hear the count, some people need to hear the music. So it was getting a good balance between all of them, and also explaining everything that was going to happen beforehand was quite important to some of them. So knowing what's going to happen before we even come is important. But also you had a case of people not reading messages that were sent through to the group chat and things like that. So those kind of things. For me, I'm quite a patient person, I'm quite a patient teacher, so it's okay for me. And also I'm interested in seeing this whole thing out, almost like just seeing how things play out so I can understand people, rather than I could have cut people and said, well, you're not coming, but actually part of this process is to see how their behavior is and how I would best use it next time. So if I kind of cut them, I wouldn't see it play out. And so that is part of it, but that does bring frustration. So we had to calm people down, have a moment. But there was also something about, one of the ladies has dyspraxia, and we tried to change her costume, and the fabric of the costume we tried to change her to would cause her to be completely distracted throughout the dance. So it was getting to understand that element, not just about a costume change, but how does the person feel once it's on, And that's very different for me, although not so much because I had eczema and I couldn't wear certain fabrics. I know that because it would just irritate my skin. There's no way I could wear them. So I kind of got it in that sense. But it was nice to begin to learn about the condition as we went along, the different conditions as well. So it was a good session. We got a lot done. The only thing was not everybody was here to get it done. So some people have missed out. So tomorrow we're going to see how it goes. I think it will be fine because with filming, you're going to do the take after take after take. And so they're going to get a chance to go through the materials section by section, but we've only got a limited amount of time. So that's the thing. So I've got to plan a schedule for tomorrow so that everything is on time. Each section is done.